that was pictures from a long time ago. It was nice, I guess. According to simple.wikipedia.org, drawing is a way of making a picture. Drawings are created by making lines on a surface. Long lines make up the shapes and small lines make up the texture. Drawing can be images of real life or abstract image. It was first created as caveman art and then evolved into what it is today, but we're not going to talk about that. So today we are going to talk about art tutorial as someone who can draw. I think the first thing people need to understand is why they are drawing. For me, I draw it simply because I enjoy it. After doing tedious tasks of calculation and coding as a CS major, it's nice to take a break. So what's your reason? Feel free to comment. Now for the next section, we are going to learn how to draw. So for the tutorial section, I will be separating into 4 parts, which is line, anatomy, shadow, and art style. I know I'm not mentioning perspective and fabric and other stuff because I think these 4 are the 4 main parts that you need to learn in order to be able to draw something that you would like. I'm not saying that you have to know all this. I'm just saying that if you know all this, then I think it will become easier. For the line part, line are everything. Is the foundation of every shape and form. Start with them. You might notice that your hand control may be bad at first, and that is totally normal. What you can do is try to draw with your elbow and shoulder. This will reduce wrist pain as you draw. Now as for the exercise that I recommend, first one is to draw a point in the center and then draw a line across it. Try to hit the point. The second one is to draw a wobbly line, however you imagine, to try to get the shape correctly. And the third one is just draw the circle. The last one is to find some line and then try to copy them. I will leave the resource in description if you want to practice. Now it may be a bit boring to just practice those, so what I recommend is just combine these things together and try to create something out of it. Next is anatomy. Personally, I use Rumi's method for drawing the head, but for the body I just use whatever I feel like. And mostly I draw a line to indicate the height and the width of the torso, arm, and leg. There are many techniques for this, but don't stress about choosing the perfect one. It does not exist. There may be some that help you a lot, but there are not a single one that will be perfect. So try as many as you want and find the one that you are comfortable with. Now just practice this over time and it will come naturally. You will be able to visualize the body better and visualize other parts better. Next is shadow. I'll be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I put this after anatomy because the learning curve for shadow is pretty unique. It's all about light, where it comes from, how it hit, and how it's bounced into other surface. As first, I would recommend you to just stick with one light source. But when you adding multiple light and color, it gets confused really fast. Sometimes you might even forget how light interact with surface. So to make it simple, you can start by drawing sphere and cube and try to learn about the hard shadow and the soft shadow. Hard shadow are when the surface is subtly changing its angle that make the shadow become very different, and the soft shadow are when the different surface have a little bit of curve within the transition. You can notice by when you shadow the cube, you will see that each face will be just one shadow of different shade, right? And as for the sphere, you see that it will gradually get darker and darker, and that will be the shadow part of the sphere itself that will be one color because that part is a hard shadow. And the gradually change is the soft shadow. Now try this and try with more and more shape until you learn how to do it. Finally, art style. There might be some art style that got you into drawing in the first place, and that is great. welcome to the club. As for the learning part, tracing is fine, don't let anyone shame you for it, but remember, you are doing it in order to learn. So try to analyze how the original artist draws their lines, colors, and proportions. Then practice recreating the art style without directly tracing. First, you may try to put the reference beside you, and then after that you can try to put it away and then just draw it for real. Now, when you're working on your project, using reference is perfectly fine. Don't let anyone shame you for it. Just don't trace over multiple artwork and post them as if they are your own. Now, your art style will slowly develop as you keep drawing, experimenting, and studying other work, so feel free to learn so. So here's the speed paint section of the video. I want to show it just for you to see the process I'm doing while drawing. The top right is the reference, by the way. I'm not gonna draw perfectly as the reference. I just have it just to get the idea. And here's the anatomy version. I don't think it's the best, but I don't hate how it looks. So yeah, I think it's good enough. And so there are not a single perfect technique. There might be one that's suitable for you, but it's not gonna be perfect. So keep practicing until you get better, and in the meantime, enjoy your art. I think this section I'm just fixing the hand because I'm bad with drawing hand. Yeah, and here is the final result. You may notice some mistake. Yes, there are mistakes in the art, but I think I like the final result. What do you think? Now that my art is done, it's now your turn. In this era where there are shortcuts to drawing, I think being able to do it yourself is pretty cool. Just do it for fun and you get better at it. Bye!